Hi, I'm Tammy with Petals from Kay, and this is our second week of the Take and Makes. So in yours are wrapped, but in your flowers that you received for that, you should have some carnations, some alstroemeria, some sweet william, and some yarrow, and some ruscus. And then you also have some leatherleaf. Not this much, but you have leatherleaf. So go ahead and grab a vase that you have and some snips. I do have water in the vase now. You always start with water, and then I always change it when I'm done. But so we're going to start with, if you've watched any of our other videos of greening, you will, this might seem like something that you already learned. But so what you're going to do is you're going to cut the leather leaf at an angle. I just flew. And then clean. I always just kind of, because you'll have some like grossness on your hands, but I always kind of clean it off. It's going to rinse off when you change the water anyways, and you'll place that first one. Then cut the next one, strip the leaves off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your last piece and you're going to put the new piece. So right here on the last little leaf that goes off, you're going to put it in there. So they kind of like make a grid. And I'm looking at that and it's going to need to be shorter, but it's always okay to go shorter. You can't glue stems back together. So you'll take that. Then again, you're going to look at the your last piece that you put in, and you're going to go in the, I guess you can't really see in this, but you're going to take the last stem and go in the bottom leaf. Then you're going to keep doing that as you go around, and you're going to do that until it kind of gets tight in there. But this also, what this does is it creates a grid for you, so then when you go placing your flowers, they stay put and they don't flop around. I should have brought a trash can up here, so I would recommend maybe being by a trash can, or shoot, make the mess, then clean it up after. So you'll go around, keep going around. Oh, look, your wish is my command. I say trash can and it shows up. Impressive. So keep doing that. Always cut at an angle. We cut at an angle so that the flowers and greens can drink. So cutting at that angle gives it more of an area for the water to go up. So keep doing that. Get it to where this also, we do this to get the shape of the arrangement also. And you can sometimes use these pieces if you want. Sometimes if I have like a weird gap, a lot of times these little scrap things too in the shop, when there are foam arrangements or something that we can use these little pieces for, we'll keep them. And then that way they can still be used even though they didn't get used in this. So then once we get our shape, let's get that one in there. I'm going to do one more piece in there. So get that. Any little like dangly, like this one, it's got a little dangle, just peel that off. And then sometimes I will pinch off some of the ones that are real crazy. But so that kind of clean up. Then I'm going to start with the alstroemeria. Yours might be a little bit more looks crazy, but yours might be a little bit more bloomed. This just came in, and so I'm using it for the video. But so what you're going to do is you're going to strip the leaves We always want to have clean stems in the water. That just helps keep bacteria from being in there. And same thing, you're going to trim at an angle. So see my angle. I feel like the focus keeps going crazy, but trim it at an angle. And then I'm just going to kind of put them in a triangle. So put them kind of triangle. I love this because it kind of gives you a little extra greenery texture. Then I'm going to use the Sweet William. So that's your purple Sweet William. I'm going to use that next just to fill in some of the gaps. This guy, I'm going to just pinch off. And then again, clean the stems. And then this in carnations, or like these kind of stems, you're going to want to be sure that you cut either above or below, like these little knots. And that's just so that it just helps it hydrate. So I'm going to cut at an angle there. And then I'm going to stick it in like that. Then same thing in between knots. And then I have this space that's a little, needs some fullness. So we have that. And then I'm going to go in with the yarrow. So this is yellow yarrow. Sorry. Again, at an angle. I'm going to place that kind of in my gap. And then I have 3 pieces of this, so I'm going to kind of go around. So then I'm going to rotate, put that piece there. Then I'm going to put another one kind of under here with the purple Sweet William. And then tuck it in there. Then I'm going to go in with my carnations. So carnations, you're going to strip the leaves. For whatever reason, I always leave those little guys. I don't know. I just do. You can take them all if you want. And then carnations, you'll kind of fluff open. And they're a hardy little flower, so don't be afraid. And then I'm going to kind of just place them circled around as well. So at an angle. And then they're like the Sweet William, so you'll want to stay away from the little knot part. And then place those. Sorry, I'm doing it like to keep the stuff from flying and not giving attention. So even though like that's close to the knot, but it's still right under it. And actually, I'm probably just going to go right above it anyways. Then fluff that up. And I'm going to move that so that these are kind of in a triangle. This piece of Sweet William's really large, so, but I moved this one so that I could put it more in the center in that little gap. And then with Ruscus, again, bottom leaves, trim it at an angle, and you're just gonna place it in to fill in any gaps that might be there. And I like the Ruscus to kind of give it that like spike too. So then that is, oh, it's not the arrangement because I didn't get the stem in. So there we go. So then that is the arrangement. And then if your Alstroemeria is kind of closed, that will start opening up. Like I said, this just came in today. So, and then you will just grab it at the base, go pour your water out, refill it. And then also you will want to replace the water every other day, every day, like whatever your little routine is. Just rinse the vase out, refill it with water. I just use tap water. But also, like if your vase is dirty, obviously wash it. But that just keeps the bacteria down and keeps it from keeping your water clean and no bacteria. And then also every couple of days, I would just give them a quick little trim at an angle, kind of go through and trim them. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, just to keep just to reopen that so that it can help with it drinking. But so that is the take and make this week, and I hope you enjoyed and I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time.